Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to the final three of the Ghost of the Past mini. So we're just gonna jump right in because we have a lot to do tonight, just like every night. So from this point forward, I should have your hands up and in frame. Make sure that you're off mute. So if you need to ask questions for this first comp, you can. So yeah, pretty much this first competition, you're going to in your prod chat, put the order of everyone that was eliminated from this game from first boot till the person that went home last night. And with that order, you need to put their original season and their placement. If they played twice, we need both of those. So it would be name slash season. It could just be the number, and then dash placement. And then if they played again, do another slash, and then another number dash placement.
Gotcha. So if they were in two seasons, we put both.
Yes. Um, you can't edit your message after you send it. You have to send a new message every time because we have to see for order. When you think you have it, say check your name, check, and I will check your prod chat. You're doing this in your prod chat, like I said. And the first person to do this will move on to part 3. Are there any questions?
So it's
sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
We don't need to put our own placements, right?
Have you gotten eliminated from this game? Drew hands.
Sorry.
So no, you don't put you 3.
And to clarify, you want also the season too, along with the placement in the season?
Yes, so it's just their name. So starting with first boot from this season, because you're doing the boot order, and then next to the boot order, you're putting their season that they played originally and their placement in that season. You don't need to put the placement for this season because obviously the boot order going from top to bottom is going to be correct.
Are you going to accept season number or name, or is it one or the other?
What?
Like if I put season 9 and it was Sin City, it doesn't matter.
If you could put season, that would be great. If you have to put like the name, that's also fine. Because obviously I know what season I hosted. So
okay. Perfect.
Any other last minute questions? No. Alrighty, when I say go, you could begin. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, come on. Suck my. Check.
Jodie, check. Oh, did you say you have to say the name? Maybe that was extra.
I don't know if we had to say the name.
Alrighty, congratulations, Drew. You have won part 1. Alrighty, so this next part will be between Jodalie and JG. You both will need to be standing. You'll need 2 solo cups and 2 ping pong balls. I'll just have to see like waist up, so I don't need full body. And give me a second so I could go grab some to
Do you
show
want me
you.
off camera, Papa?
Yes, please. Wait, so not me having a virtual background on. I was on a call last night. So you're going to need your 2 cups. You're going to place a ping pong ball on the top of each. And you're going to lift them up and hold them. And that's it.
Oh my god. Okay. Cool.
And after 20 minutes, if you guys keep going, your arm's got to be extended. So, yeah. Any questions?
I'm switching to my phone, but it shouldn't be that much longer.
We're good on camera, right? I'm assuming this is good, Papa.
Yeah, that's good, Gigi.
Cool. Get on there, you ho. Okay. This might not last long.
So you can have them setting on like a desk to get it set up.
Okay.
But by the time I say 0, they have to be in your hands.
Okay.
And then obviously if the ping pong ball drops, you're out. You can't put the cups like together, so they do have to be separated, and the cups can't touch your body. So just your hands are allowed to touch the cups.
Okay. I'm just gonna put them down gently. Good job, ladies.
Okay. Just about over these endurance solo cup challenges.
Well, welcome to the mini ascendants. Do you both have any questions, comments, concerns before we go ahead and get started?
Nope.
I'll be okay.
Alrighty, I will count you in from 30. They have to be up by the time I say 0. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and we are live. Alrighty, we are 10 minutes in, another 10, and our arms will go straight out.
Just 10 minutes.
I mean, I could start giving the spiel. Oh my God, you've been in the rain for hours and hours. And
Matthew, I
you
love I paid money to be here. I'm so grateful for you in my personal life. I would really enjoy if you didn't do that. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry. You're not making noises, are you, Matthew?
What did you say?
You're not making noises, are you?
No.
Every now and again I hear like a thud and I like scream, but okay.
I hear it too, don't worry.
Okay, I was like, oh my God. What time are we at, Matthew?
You'll only get the time intervals, I say.
Ew.
And with that, Jodely has dropped. Congratulations, JG. You have won part 2. And just letting you know, you had 22 seconds until we had to put our arms out. So
Good job, Chodely.
Thank you, congrats.
alrighty. Drew and JG, you'll need 2 pieces of paper, one that says A and one that says B.
Okay.
Let me know when you both are ready.
Almost. Sorry, I'm catching my breath.
Got it.
Asthma is a hoe. A and B, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
I was like, not Drew getting up to go to the bathroom.
I'm getting a drink.
I was like, I'm getting ready to come off mute, and Drew's running away.
Wouldn't be shocking.
It's not a night without that happening.
Oh, it's true.
So are you both ready?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we all obviously know what this challenge is going to be. This competition actually has a name. The other two didn't because I didn't name them. This one is called Ghosts Say What. Your past fallen ghosts that are on the jury answered some questions. They're A or B questions. You're trying to guess what they said. So I'll read the question, I'll read the answer, and then you'll have like 20 seconds to hold up the answer to your chest. When I say reveal, you reveal. We don't have the videos this time because it is just a mini. And yeah, person with the most points after 8 questions will win. If there's a tie, we will do a tiebreaker question.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Any questions before we get started?
Nope.
Alrighty, give me 2 seconds.
Oh wait, do I need to be on camera for this too?
No, if you could say off camera, Jodie, that would be great. So it's
Okay.
just their 2 faces next to the screen share.
Cool.
Okay, I'm just making sure that I don't pull anything up that I'm not supposed to. Share screen. I'm just gonna share my desktop and hope that works. Can you all see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wonderful. Question 1 was from Rory. My least favorite part of this game was A, Drew powering me out, or B, losing Queen Mandy Fleetwood Flex so early. When you have it, hold it up to your chest. Go ahead and reveal. The correct answer was B, losing Queen Mandy Fleetwood Flex so early. Moving on to question 2, which is from Galen. The person I feel made it farther than they should have was A, Drew, or B, Kendall. Go ahead and reveal. The correct answer was B, Kendall. You both got it incorrect. Moving on to question 3, which was from Kevin. The worst mistake I made in this game was A, being the worst at competitions all season, or B, throwing my vote the round I went home. Go ahead and reveal. The correct answer was B, throwing my vote the round I went home. You both got it correct. Moving on to question 4, which was from Jack. The move that changed this entire game was A, Erica getting voted out, or B, Kevin getting voted out. Go ahead and reveal. The correct answer was A, Erica getting voted out. JG leads 3-2. Moving on to question number 5, which was from Keaton. The funniest part of this game for me was A, the clownery that was the first challenge, or B, Dylan and I getting each other's past powers. Alrighty, go ahead, reveal. The correct answer was B, Dylan and I getting each other's past powers. Drew gets the point. We are tied up 3-3. Moving on to question 6 from Rayanne. The most annoying thing in this game was A, Drew lying to me about his votes, or B, JG's one-word answers. Go ahead and reveal. The correct answer was B, JG's one-word answers. Moving on to question 7, which was from Kendall. My favorite competition of the season was A, sequence, or B, the 5 quick battles. Alrighty, go ahead, reveal. The correct answer was A, sequence. You both get it correct. You both have 5. Moving on to the final question,
Okay.
which was from Dylan. My favorite moment in this game was A, winning the Loved Ones challenge with Lana, or B, idling Mandy 2 years later. Go ahead and reveal. The correct answer was A, winning the Loved Ones challenge with Lana. You both got it incorrect, which means we will go to a tiebreaker question. This will be a number. Closest without going over will win. If you both go over, it'll be closest to the number. I'll
Okay.
read it twice, and you have 10 seconds to write down your answer and hold it up to your chest.
Okay.
Are you both ready?
Yes.
Alrighty. What is the total number of votes cast this season? What is the total number of votes cast this season? 10 seconds starting now. Five, four, three, two, one. Go ahead and reveal.
Oh,
The correct answer was 119, which means congratulations, Drew. You have won the final challenge of
Woo.
the season.
congrats.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Woo wee. Oh man.
It's always those number ones for me. Ma'am.
Yeah, those number ones.
They're pretty tough.
Alrighty, so Drew, I'm going to let you hear from both Jodely and JG as to why you should take them to the end. You could have whichever one start.
JG, you can start.
Do what's best for your game. I hope that the relationship that we built allows me to go to the end with you. Regardless what happens, I respect it. But I just I would love to be there right next with you.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's a little hard to find all the words at the moment, but of course, do what's best for your game. I think you and JG have both played amazing strategic games, and I think my biggest strength is that I played social, and I feel like there's a lot that JG may have done that you would not have known about, which would be harder to campaign against in a final. And I feel like I've been pretty open, so I see myself in the final 2 with you, not gonna lie. I think you're great. I love you. And no matter what happens, tea and cookies after. Good luck. Oh, and of course, love you, JG. Sorry.
Blue team for life.
Yes.
Alrighty, so Drew, I will let you say a little bit if you want to. Obviously, don't reveal who you are voting out. When you are ready, send the vote of who you are eliminating into your production chat. You have about like 3 minutes.
Well, I first want to say I'm honored that we all made it here. Super happy about that. You both have been awesome allies throughout this game. I definitely couldn't have done it without either of you. So I do have to thank you once again from the bottom of my heart. I do know both of you offered me a final 2. So I basically going back on my word to one of you, which absolutely guts me. But I have to make the decision that I think is best for my game and what's going to allow me to get the win in the end is basically what it boils down to. So I hope no hard feelings from the both of you. I love you both very much. And we are the final 3 of Ghosts of the Past. No one can take that away from us. So good luck, boys.
Also, JG.
Good luck.
Oh, love you.
It's like the most nerve-wracking part of the whole season.
Oh yeah, drink the chamomile. Drink it. Yeah.
I need it. I need it.
Also, no matter what, shout out on no bathroom breaks yet.
I know, I didn't do it yet.
Don't
Never
speak it too soon.
exactly, because I have started my drink. So, shout out to LaCroix. Shout out to Monica for always drinking.
No, we don't get brand sponsorships from them. Stop. No, only shout out Skittles. We don't get brand sponsors.
Okay, shout out to this is shout out technically to Queen Monica and.
Oh no, you have to shout out our sponsor.
Oh, okay. First, I want to shout out Skittles for sponsoring Ascendant.
Thank you.
And then I'm shouting out to Queen Monica for always drinking LaCroix and my boy Josh, King, legend, icon. So thank you all.
Alrighty, I have the vote. When I reveal the vote, person vote out will have a few moments to say their goodbyes and just go off camera and on mute. Because I'm about to re-invite the whole jury, so pointless for you to leave. First vote. X number of person voted out because I don't know what we're at. And the final member of our jury. Starts with a J.
Plot twist. We do too, Nicole. We hate it too.
Keeps the viewers on edge. Jodely with 2 L's. Heart, I love you. Jodely, you have a few moments to say your goodbyes.
Okay. I had such an amazing time. Being back here means so much more than anything. And I would feel pretty awkward if I made it to the finals without actually paying the $20 to be here. So I guess that's, good luck to the both of you. And of course, we fixed the mistake from the past because what else can go with the tan other than some bronzer? Let's just say it worked. Good luck, you guys.
Hi, Jodely. Congrats, JG.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty,
I'm not shaking at all.
Drew and JG on making it to the final 2. In just a minute, I'm going to send the link of the Zoom to the jury members. Jury members, if you're watching, when you join, you could be on camera, go on mute, don't talk. You two, don't talk to them. We'll start with speeches. You each will have 5 minutes, and then each jury member will also have 5 minutes. So jury, if you have to go to the bathroom, run, because I know that's what you're doing.
Man.
Jury, you could be on camera if you want. Just don't come off mute. I'm just waiting a few more minutes. We'll probably start closer to like 9.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, so we're just gonna start right at 9, with or without the people who are here. I know one person just said that they won't be here. The other two, I don't know. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, Drew, since you won the final challenge, you get to decide the order of opening and closing speeches. Whoever goes first in opening speeches will go last in closing speeches. So go ahead and pick.
I'll go first.
Alrighty, Drew, whenever you're ready, your 5 minutes starts.
Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Okay, so I jotted some stuff down because I know I can ramble. So I just want to make sure I want to make sure I'm getting what I want across. So I first want to thank production once again for allowing me to play and everyone in the game. I'm gonna get that out of there. So thank you. So coming in to this season after my last season, I knew I was seen as a threat in my last season, and my strategy definitely coming into this game was to lay low. I knew I needed to lay as low as I could to make myself not that big threat that I already knew I was, and make other people realize that as well. I feel like throughout the game, on top of laying low, my strategy was to make bonds with enough of the people here in the game, so that when it was presented to them, they potentially thought that I was good for their game, and that they could rely on me to move forward. And yes, there's going to be a lot of uhs because I get nervous, and that's where my uhs come in. I definitely relied heavily on the relationships that I did form so I can make sure that my name wasn't getting thrown out there. And I felt like by me laying low and allowing other season 9 players to be bigger threats than me, it made me seen as more useful to other people's games and a reason to keep me around longer. So I know I had a very uphill battle from the start of the game with the whole Sin City season 9 threat narrative. So I tried to do whatever I could to combat that. And there really wasn't a Sin City alliance. The only alliance that consisted of Sin City people was the one that I made on night 1 with Nolan and Jack. Besides that one, there wasn't a full Sin City alliance until we were actually forced together once Erica, Andrew, Nolan left. And that's when the King, Queen, and Jack of Diamonds was formed, which was myself, Jack, and Ray. So that's when another alliance of Sin City got formed. Now, I feel like my game really was able to blossom once Jury Phase started. I always told myself coming in, I would never close any doors because who knows when I would need those players later on in the game. And this strategy really helped my game thrive because come Final 11, my relationship that I had built all those rounds prior with JG and Jodie, even after I voted for JG the previous round and willing to vote Jodie the previous round, they were willing to save me, and we were able to take out a huge social threat in Rory. And then from that moment on, I actually felt like, besides people outside of Sin City, I actually felt a strong bond and a group of people that I felt like I could work with. And then it just so happened to be the following round in sequence, all 3 of us were put together, and that's when the Blue Team Alliance was formed between myself, JG, and Jodie. And this was the alliance I knew I wanted to ride out the end of the game with, but I knew that was going to be tricky because I wasn't willing to write down Jack or Ray's name unless it was between me and them. And this was shown when the Ray vote, it was between her and I, and that is why I wrote her name down. I did not write Jack's name down when he left, so I was not willing to do that. And I do feel like this Blue Team Alliance really helped propel my game. I knew JG was really connected with lots of people, so he would have lots of pull to be able to get my name out of their mouth. I did use him as a shield, but I felt like enough people saw me in the game to know I was still there doing things. So I felt like if I would have kept all my eggs just in the Sin City Alliance, they may have not had as much pull as JG and Jodie had, because we were constantly playing from the bottom all game. And I feel like I was able to test my skills in this game and show how well-rounded of a player I truly am by being a social, strategic, and shockingly a physical threat. All these were shown in crucial votes, such as Final 6 and Final 5. I didn't need to rely on my challenge strength to keep me in. I relied on my social game and bonds I made with others, where JG and Jodie kept me in over others in the game. Me being willing to adapt and do what was necessary for my game got me to this point. Sure, I may not have made huge flashy moves, but I made enough small calculated moves that allowed me to right my wrongs in the past, and why I ultimately should be crowned the winner of Ghost of the Past. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Drew. JG, you have 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm just as nervous. All right. First, I just want to say thank you so much, production. Seriously, you guys know how much this game means to me and to all the players who played this. So all of you involved, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Going into this game, I really wasn't sure what I was going to do because I had a lot of in real life stuff going on. I had the vaccine. I just was not in it. My goal was to obviously get to the end because that's pretty much the furthest thing you can do. Because if you get to the end, it's in the jury's hand. My goal was to do that, but I really didn't know how long I was going to last. I had the status of an all-star, a two-time player, production, you name it. I also didn't have super deep connections in this game. While I knew of people and I had played with Dylan before, our relationship during games is rocky at best to explain. Coming in, though, into the early stages, I made a lot of small and big moves that got me into the position where I could control a lot of what happened in the second half of the game. It started out with whenever Dylan idled out Mandy, it instantly caught me off guard because I knew that Dylan had that idol and I knew that he was the one to find that. And I wanted to split the vote, but I did not trust my instinct. And because of that, I learned a very quick lesson that I had to trust my gut. I had to trust my instinct, which came in the next following rounds where whatever Keaton plays his 50 power, I put the second vote on Mandy. If I didn't put that second vote on Mandy, it would have went to a tie and maybe I would have been sent home in that revote. People would have seen me as a big threat. And then the next round, Jodely leaves. I don't know what's going on. I have an idol in my pocket. I play that idol on myself. And I save myself again. And then following that was whenever then I realized that to avoid any possibility, I wasn't sure if there was a season 9, but unfortunately, and this is no one's fault at all, it's just whenever you play with past groups of players, there's always that presence and that appearance that there could be an alliance. And Nolan was a person who was one of the most social of the Sin City. He was one of the ones that were most out there. And I knew that he had to go. So pushing for Nolan to go was that final push in that early part of that game that really propelled me into where we got to the final 9. In the final 9, the morning of, I put into my prod chat a boot order list of who needed to go when and where. And for the rest of the game, that exact boot order that I put in on the beginning of final 9 went from Kevin all the way down until Jodely left. Each placement, except with the exception of Dylan and Kendall, because Dylan won final 5. Through those connections and through my bond with Dylan and Jodely, it really did put me in a spot where I was able to have a lot of say because Dylan on the other side trusted me with Kendall while Jodely and Drew trusted me. And I was able to make sure that each person went at each certain placement because I knew that not everyone was going to be willing to vote people at certain points and that there had to be a certain time when each person left and each person went out to benefit my game ultimately. For example, I knew at final 6, I knew that if Drew was to win that challenge, more than likely he was going to save Ray. And if Ray was going to win, then more than likely Ray was going to save Drew. More than likely. I had to push past my limits. I don't think I've ever won an endurance challenge just to make sure. I don't think I needed it. I could be wrong, but it was to make sure that each of those people left when they did. And so through a lot of small moves, big moves, risk, and just gambles in this whole game, through a little bit of luck, I somehow did get my way here to the end. I'm still shocked. And again, a big thanks for Drew for allowing me to sit here with you. Jury, I look forward to your questions and whatever you might have for us. Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, and with that, we will move on to jury questions. Rory, you are up first. You have 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Bitch, as you all know, so I'm gonna be a bitch tonight. I have how passionate I am about voting for both of you on the back of your cards. Drew, there's nothing. In JG, there's nothing. So I really don't have anything to base this on because it's a mini. So I'm gonna ask you what you had for dinner, and whatever I like better, I'm gonna vote for that person. So what'd you have for dinner?
Well, a true king. It's what, 6 here, so a true king had to get ready. Didn't eat dinner yet, but if I'm going to eat dinner, it would be McDonald's. So that'd be my go-to.
I also did not eat dinner and was getting ready as well. I plan on having some cheesy nacho tater tots later, though.
Ugh, this doesn't leave me satisfied because neither of you had dinner. This is so disappointing. Oh my god, empty stomachs like your empty cards. I guess I'll ask another question to help my decision then. What is something that you did yourself that you no one else in the game can take credit for?
I can say I used my double votes and secured myself a spot, which, yes, JG and them voted that way, but it saved me. It was my neck on the line. It wasn't them. And I fully can say I saved myself with that power. That was a bad answer. Whatever. That's what first came to my head. YOLO.
I think so hard. From my knowledge, I think I made a lot of decisions independently that ultimately benefited my game and without being swayed by other people.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Was that it?
Yes, Papa.
Alrighty. Galen said he will not be with us. So up next we have Kevin. You're on mute.
Damn, y'all burned me and hurt me in this game so much I had to shave my entire face. No, seriously, this was such a fun game, and I think this is a really strong final two for sure. From the worry of the from the worry of the Sin City alliance and Drew still being here, and then JG, you being such a recognizable player in that way, I think it's a really strong final two for sure. So the question I'm going to ask you is because I came into this game, and obviously I'm not in the final two, but I came into this game knowing that this was a game all about righting my wrongs per se. It was a chance to play a sentence again and basically improve upon what I didn't before. And so my question to you is kind of a two-part question. One is, what did you do wrong in your previous game that made you want to play this game? And two, what do you think you improved upon that ultimately got you sitting here?
I can go if you want. So what I did wrong last season was be complacent. I had my number one from day one, and I said, regardless, no matter what, I am not going to vote for you. I don't care. If I go home, I go home. That is why I came back here to be like, I'm coming in to play for me, and I'm going to do what I need to do to win this game. I came in this game not being complacent. If I was complacent, I would have for sure locked all my eggs in Sin City's basket and never talked to anybody else. I made sure that I was in everybody's ear so they knew, even if it may not have been a strong bond, we had some sort of bond. And I feel like I have fully written my wrongs because I was never complacent in this game. And that is why I'm sitting here in the final two.
For me, season two has two faults. I played way too strong and way too aggressive, and I misplayed an idol. And then in season 7, I played way too passive. So then if I were to get to the end, the jury was not going to recognize me as a contender to win. In this game, I think I finally, honestly found the balance. I found that where I was able to be subtle in some ways, but bold in that way. So that now I am in this spot. Now that I am at the end, I have a story to tell. I have a case. And I did also play an idol successfully. And ultimately, I trusted my gut and my instinct because those were the big things that I struggled in my first 2 seasons. And being here now and having an actual story to tell, my rights are 100% wrong no matter what happens tonight.
All right. Well, good luck to both of you. Like I said, this was such a fun game. I'm so fucking happy that Papa and other prod members gave me the chance to play again because I didn't really get to play Ascendance the first time. So I'm glad I at least got to play and made jury. And I think this is a really, like I said, I think this is a really deserving final two. And good luck to both of you. Also, just for future reference, when you vote, do not, and you want to throw your vote, do not do it. All right. No reason why. Just Drew, I'm sorry. Don't throw your vote. Don't throw your vote. That's it. Next person.
Alrighty, up next we have Jack.
Hey, everybody. Congrats on Final Two. I'm really, really proud of both of you for making it this far. I think you were both people who I talked to the entire game, and I consider you both kind of instrumental to how I played. And a little bit instrumental in how I got out. I kind of came into this thinking one way. Now I'm kind of leaning another way. And I don't have a ton of like really deep strategic questions. I'm very social in sort of respect. And I did come into this looking to make a couple new friendships and strengthen some bonds. So from a global standpoint, not just with me, you don't have to use this as a time to butter me up. How do you feel that you use the opportunity to be able to play a game with this group of people to deepen your personal relationships within, the community? And we're going to start with JG.
Awesome. Yeah. This game, I always go into, especially minis, it's all about, for me, it's more about trying to find those relationships and meet people, like the people that you want to talk to, but you don't really have that way of like saying that first hello. And so there are definitely several people that I think I got really close to in this game. And that I think that after, even though the game ends tonight, I feel like I am going to be talking to some of these people on a day-to-day basis. And that, like, it makes me actually emotional, because like it really, like, I did not expect to get that from this, and I really did. So I'm really, really, really thankful.
Okay, Drew, same question.
Awesome. Well, I'm not the most known in this community, and I'm totally A-okay with that. I come to play these games to test my limits and get to know people and see how people click in games. And I feel like one of my strengths is my ability to connect to people not just in a game setting, but like on a personal level as well. And I do feel like I connected with everybody in this game and if we didn't, it wasn't without trying. I definitely messaged people besides Batian and Kendall. Those are the two I did not message all game. I can admit that. But everyone else, I at least tried to make an effort. And there's a lot of hate in the world right now. I don't do good with negativity and things like that. So I just try to bring a positivity to these games and myself. And that's all that I can ask for. If I touched one person, that's A-okay in my book. I'm not here to be an org legend or icon or anything like that. I'm just here to make an impact on each and every person's life that I talk to. How small or how little it is, that's up to them. But I definitely feel like I did grow and make some amazing relationships that I didn't have before this game. And the ones that I did have, I feel like I just strengthened those even more. So what else could you ask for in a game? Sure, it'd be great to win, but it's those bonds that you make in the game that last a lifetime. So thank you.
That was a good answer. And I do want to just sort of comment really quick and say that you are an org icon and legend. JG, a quick follow-up that inspired. Were there any people, this can just be a yes or no, that you didn't talk to in this game?
I messaged Batiana, but didn't have a conversation.
Okay, I just wanted to get that as a compare contrast point. Papa, do I have enough time for one quick final second question?
A minute and a half.
Okay, then I'm going to use it.
We don't have some.
I'll be quick with it. I took notes during opening speeches on how many times you guys said other people's names. And so I'm curious if you can comment on someone who you didn't mention in your opening speech and how they influenced your game. And we'll start with Drew on this one since we did JG last time.
Yes. So someone who I didn't mention in my opening speech would be Keaton. And he's one player that I do feel like I built a good bond with. Yeah, I voted him out, but he appreciated the straightforwardness that I came to him time and time again, except that one round where I did lie to him, the round that, I think it was the round that you left. But he was the one that I felt good with besides the other bonds that I was making. And I do think I made a good enough connection that he still did want to work with me, even after that one lie that I did do, which was apparent when he still wanted me to vote with him that round.
Cool, thank you, Drew. Same question to you, JG.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember who I didn't say and did say. I don't even think I said your name, which is if you could correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
Okay, yeah. Which is actually was part of my speech. I just get really nervous. But yeah, you were very integral to my beginning part of my game. Probably the person I talked to the most, the person that I wanted to go to the end with. Once I started noticing that you, Ray and Drew were forced into a corner and forced to work together, knowing that you would be more than likely the easiest person to target and get out, due to Drew having just a lot connections, and then Ray being very likable. It was definitely me being the one to push, and it was one of the things that was very hard to do. But in order for me to get to the end, like I said, I had that boot list that had to go. But if it wasn't for you and I writing out those first 2 days or so, I would not have gotten there in the first place.
Cool. That's a good answer as well. Thank you both for very honest and not affluent, correct answers. I think it's a very tough decision that I'm going to have to make, and I'm excited to hear what everyone else has to say. We'll talk later. Bye.
Bye, Jack.
Alrighty, up next we have Keaton, but he unfortunately had to leave. He said, I unfortunately had to dip, so if someone could tell them I'm flipping a coin, that would be great. So that is Keaton's speech. Moving on to Rayanne.
Hi, I was gonna come here and like try to be like mean. I was like planning on trying to be a bitter juror, and like it just doesn't really work out for me. Like I just don't think I have like that bone in my body. JG, I think he played like a much more of a flashy game, and a game that like usually when I go in is like a game that I really respect. But Drew, you've played a game that's like I really respect as well, which is like the low key social game that builds over time, which is like I kind of have a personal bias over that because I just like really respect that gameplay. So I guess my question is something I also respect is like snakery. And like what was your like favorite lie, or like what lie or what backstabbing moment are you just proud of? Like oh, like what blood did you spill that just like makes you feel like giddy? Like that's what I want to know.
I could go first unless
Go for it, baby.
okay. So the one that I do, and it sucks to even say this, is actually Jack's elimination, because I did know, because JG and I talked about it, I did know that Jack was probably going to go. And yes, I could have saved him with my immunity, and I did not, but I knew Jack had to go at that time for my game to excel. And really just the snakery of flipping from Sin City to a group of JG and Jodely that I knew would take me deeper into the game really got me giddy and made me excited to play the game again, because as you know, after the first 3 days, I was like, what was the whole damn point? Like if you're targeting season 9. So when I finally found that, it felt great again to play this game. And that was my snakery move that I can say I was just a tiny bit, a lot of bit giddy about, because it got me here. So thanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
JG, why are you awful?
So it's definitely a toss-up between actually Jack and Rory, but actually Jack's made me like really emotional, so it's not Jack, it's definitely Rory. In the pure giddiness of it was just seeing the complete shock on Dylan's face. Like I still rewatch that if I need a good laugh. Like I like that move when it was just completely unexpected, like chef's kiss. Like if this is my time to like toot the snakery, like I'm gonna toot it. Like that was very satisfying and definitely propelled the final stages of this game.
Okay, on like I guess the opposite coin, on a more like genuine, what was like the best like relationship or alliance? Like what move did you feel like made you just like feel like a good person, like protecting someone or something like that? JG first.
Yeah. It's really hard because I had two really close relationships in this game. I'd probably go with actually Drew. As this game progressed in the second half, things could have gone really drastically different. But there was many a times where Drew could have gone, and when the different alliance chats that I was in were pushing for Drew to go, I like went out of my way dangerously. Like people could paint us as a final 2 target. Should have probably, but I like went out of my way to make sure several times that Drew would not go there. And I think that is one of the reasons why we are sitting here together.
Mine would have to be, I don't know if this is a cop-out answer, but I'm gonna say it, is using my social skills to save myself, because I do feel like how do I put it? I feel like I can't word it the way I want to word it, and it's sounding condescending. So let me retract that a little bit because I don't want to sound condescending because I'm not a condescending person. But I'd say protecting you, just because I don't know about protect. I don't like the word protecting because that holds like a big meaning, but just always saying no, I won't vote for Ray. I won't vote for Ray. I won't vote for Ray. Like that whole Rory vote, I said no, I won't vote for Ray. Even though I knew my name was out there, I said no, I won't vote for Ray. So that was the one I would say you if I'm not saying myself because I don't want to say myself because that's condescending. And here I go rambling. See, this is why I did a list. Okay, I'm good.
Thank you. That's all I have. Good luck, boys. Mwah.
Alrighty. Kendall said she can't be here. Dylan said he was going to be late, but it is past his time. So finally, we have Jodalee.
Hello. I'm not gonna lie. How would you know? Maybe you do know. But on Twitter, I am likened commonly to a lemon. And just like lemon, they need time to get over bitter feelings. We're not there yet, but I promise we'll be there after tonight. Oh man, serious juror. I feel like I got to work with the both of you so much that I had a great time working with the both of you. It was amazing. I'll go alphabetically. Drew, look at you. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I definitely tried to have conversations with people about how you are not to be trusted, and it never worked. So, I mean, I'm so glad that you made it so I can say I was right. GK. But, okay, what is my question? I will say that I feel like you presented yourself very well. And there's something that I came across with you that I feel like I've never come across before in a game, which is I don't remember any time you ever disagreed with anything that I said, which I was like, oh, but then as time went along, I was like, oh, he's just full of it. Great. So I guess my biggest disappointment is I feel like I don't really know you. I know where you work. I know what you like to eat. I know you're team ketchup and barbecue. Look at you. But I feel like I don't necessarily, and especially when you were saying in like in your jury speech that working with me and JG was going to be good for you because JG had relationships and I was there. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But what is my question? Okay. Since I'll do this for the both of you, but since I got to speak with both of you and I feel like I know your guys' games, I'll do 2 questions. I'm looking for 1-word answers to each. So, Drew, question 1. Do you think, everything considered, that I was a bigger threat than JG?
No.
Okay. And question 2, to throw it back to the food chain competition, if you had to compare your gameplay to one of the animals on that food chain challenge, which would it be?
A rat.
What was the rat supposed to do? Oh, wait, I remember. Okay, cool. All right, JG, look at you. It was so good to be able to connect with you again over this game. Especially at towards the beginning, I felt like we both had rocky roads. I was like, oh my God, wonderful. Look at this JG person. And then just towards the end of the rounds, I remember I felt like something kind of changed between the two of us. And I do remember times where I would like go to ask you something and there would be no direct answer. And I would be like, oh, so he's not doing it. Cool. And a piece of me does wish we could have just had that open channel of communication more. But I recognize that this is the end for both of you. My feelings are probably amplified. But 2 questions. Question 1 being, how, from the beginning to the end of the season, how many group alliances would you say that you had?
We'll say roughly roughly 6.
Okay. And the second question is the same. If you could compare your game to one of the animals from the Food Chain Challenge, what animal would you compare your gameplay to?
Snake.
All right. Good luck, you guys. I've been waiting to Facebook friend the both of you for the entire game, so I will be doing that shortly after. Can't wait to see you outside. Good luck.
Alrighty. And with that, we will now move on to closing speeches. JG, you will go first. You have 5 minutes.
So again, just want to thank everyone. This is just surreal, to be honest. But I just want to amplify again. I made a lot of choices, did a lot of things in this game. A lot were subtle, some were not so subtle. A lot of things that were strategic based, social based. Everything that I was doing was ultimately, hopefully, to get me to the end so that I can make this case here. I do feel that I played one of the best games, the most well-rounded games, including competitions, which is something is out of my comfort zone, something that I'm not huge fond of. But again, I just want to re-emphasize the second half of the game, where I realized that right in the beginning who my threats were, who, if I was to sit at the end with, who would beat me in the end and when they needed to go. And I was able to execute that through my social connections, through my competition wins, to be able to get into a place that even despite not winning this final challenge here, through that bond that I did create with Drew, it was still going to get me here, ultimately to achieve that boot order. It was not easy, and it wasn't without most of the people in this game that I talked to. And so again, thank you guys so much. Good luck, Drew. You're awesome.
Alrighty, and Drew, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. So again, I obviously need to prepare this, so it's probably going to be a ramble, but thank you everyone for a great game. I know I didn't play a game that I'm used to, which is a game that JG normally would play. So I get it if you're having a tough time deciding between the both of us. But I want to showcase, I hope I showcased why a nice under the radar game is a game that can be respected and granted the win. I feel like I made all the necessary moves to get myself here. Yeah, I had a little bit of luck. What game doesn't have luck? I had some luck. I used the power that I didn't even need to use the power, and I still would have been here because of my social game. Whereas most everybody else who used their power needed to use their power to go home. Me, I did not. I just used it as a precaution just to secure it. But if you look back, it would have been a 3-2-1 vote with me still staying. So I really, really, really focused on my social, my strategic game. I wanted to push myself to my limit, see what kind of game player I could be. And I feel like this is the best game overall that I have played ever. And I would just love if the cherry on top of the cake or pie, whatever dessert you eat, dairy-free, if you do eat dairy-free stuff like me because of my stomach, whatever cherry goes on top of your dessert, I hope that I can be your winner and represent this mini well, because again, I was social, I was strategic, and I was the biggest physical threat, but that still allowed me to get where I was because of my social game. Oh, that's sounding really bad. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I'm just proud of myself, and I hope you guys are too. I made the moves that were necessary. Again, here we go. Oh my God, I already said this. Let me retract. But I just want you to look at, don't vote bitterly, vote with your heart, your head, whichever one you vote for. Every juror votes differently, and I want you to vote how you feel is best. And I just want to thank you all. I had ups, I had lots of downs, but I can say that I did rewrite my past, and I am very proud And I just really, I don't know what more to say. I don't want to, otherwise I'll get emotional and start crying because I'm not about to do that. So I guess that's all. That was a blubbering mess. Please don't. Oh God, what? Okay, I'm just gonna stop. Love y'all.
Alrighty, and with that, the power now shifts to the jury. Jury members, you have 5 minutes to vote for who you want to win. You're voting for a winner. Don't forget that, a winner. No topazes here. Thank you. And I will be back after the 5 minutes.
Thanks. I'm gonna, of course, run to that restroom over there. I'll be back. Got to pull out the big guns now. The Blackberry, White Claw. Oh wait, they don't sponsor what I just said. The Claw White.
Wait, that's an actual flavor? I've never even heard of that one.
Oh, it's new. It literally just came out in volume 3. It's blackberry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, try. It's my favorite one so far. Blackberry, strawberry, pineapple, and mango.
Ooh, that sounds good. I'll have to get my hands on that.
Yeah, and I'm excited for the harder ones too that have more alcohol in it. So that'll be fun when those come out.
I need a screwdriver right now. That's what would really hit well right now.
Alrighty, I have the votes. I would just like to thank all of the alumni who donated, that wanted to play, the ones that didn't play and still donated, all the people that buy merch, all that fun stuff, who support us, like, comment, subscribe, share our content, do all that fun stuff. Do it so we get our watch hours on YouTube. Yes. So yeah, no, this mini was fun. I had a blast. I hope you all had a blast. Anything from the other production member over there?
I'm tired. I've been working on the live game for like 4 days straight, so we really appreciate your financial support because there's a lot that goes into this. So thank you so much for continuing to support us.
Alrighty, and with that, we will go ahead and get to the votes. There are 9 jury members, so it takes 5 to win. First vote, JG. Second vote, JG. That is 2 votes JG. Third vote, Drew. That is 2 votes JG, 1 vote Drew. Fourth vote, love you, Heather, Drew. That is 2 votes Drew, 2 votes JG, 5 votes left. Fifth vote, JG. That is 3 votes JG, 2 votes Drew. Sixth vote, JG. That is 4 votes JG, 2 votes Drew, 3 votes left. Seventh vote. And the winner of Ascendant Ghost of the Past Mini, JG.
Congratulations.
Congrats, JG.
Congrats, JG.
I'm gonna cry.
Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
Topaz, the rules were made very clear for you. Wait, what? I voted for Drew. No, you voted for JG.
Not
Sorry,
that.
Possum.
Not that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Seriously, I mean, it really means a lot. I literally almost did not play.
Oh wow.
Good job.
You really did. You really did. Especially like night 1, like being so vocal about that one vote and still being here, like it's so impressive.
Fuck you both for voting for me, but congrats, JG.
Yeah, sorry for all of you. The only person I didn't vote out was Galen. and Jodely.
Wow. I should have known you were voting me out because we literally had a 5-minute conversation on Skype. Like that should have been an indicator.
I had like an emergency and I was like, oh, this is gonna look so shady.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
like
an emergency to call people out and be like, oh, we gotta vote for Kevin.
I think it's interesting because the only vote I got right was Kevin's.
Yeah.
So we had like the opposite track record.
Alrighty. Once again, congratulations, JG, and congratulations to Drew for getting second.
Yes.
Just want to reiterate, thank you all so much for all the support, all that fun stuff. Filming for the live game is coming very, very, very soon. So yeah, we just appreciate all your support. JG, any last words before we end the live stream?
Play the game before the